Guys, understand one thing. Our labor policies aren't designed to benefit the workers. They're more designed to benefit employers more than workers. On paper, it seems like workers get the great deal, but in reality, until something happens to you, you are going to hate the way the system works. You are going to be disgusted by how these people manages things, right? Just don't ever put faith in what the government is doing for you, because you will be disappointed at the end. At the end of the day, all workers are considered as modern slaves. Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thanks again for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and hit the like button for more videos like this. If you're finding me for the first time, my name is Merval. I make videos about investing in the Democratic Republic of Congo in particular and in Africa in general. It doesn't matter what part of Africa you're from, as long as you are willing to invest in the motherland, you have all my blessing. If that sounds like something you're more interested in and you are curious what I'm about to talk about, stick around to the end of the video, and please don't forget to give me a like and subscribe to the video. Without further ado, let's jump straight to today's video. You guys, I've shared with you in a live stream which I recorded about 2 days ago to share with you what happened to me, which justified the reason of my absence on my YouTube channel. I am going to try to be a little more active moving forward, just to keep you updated on my health and how things are going. Guys, I am a living proof, and I am going to make myself a showcase as to why you should invest even further and heavily in the continent of Africa for financial independence. The reason why I wanted to make this video is to show you guys that a lot of the things that seem or sounds great working in America or in the West in general, until something happens to you, then you start to realize that all those are just a picture that they paint to convince you that if you get a 9-to-5 job, there is all this security, you'll be protected in case something happens to you. But well, that's not always true. And here's why. If you work in America or in West in general, we have benefits when you get hired, and you're hiring a package like short-term disabilities or long-term disabilities, 401k, Social Security, and all of that other stuff, right? But let me tell you something, guys. Short-term, long-term disabilities may seem like great programs, but in reality, they might help just a little bit, but for a very short period of time. Let's talk about short or long-term disabilities, shall we, right? First of all, in my case, which I've shared with you in one of my last live streams, I was involved in a motorcycle crash and I dislocated my elbow. I'm feeling so much better, thank you very much. But according to the doctor, I will be out for a period of 4 months up to even 6 months before I can fully use my right arms. And you guys know what I do for a living. Being a law enforcement officer, and I'm a righty, so I need my right hand to operate my firearms, right? And I need my right arms to do a variety of things. So in order for me to return full duty, at one point I was having discussion with my employer whether I could come back to work, light duty until I am, able to use my arm again. But they made me go back to the doctor, get the approximate time frame, which I did, by the way. When they saw it was varying between 4 up to 6 months, they're like, no, we don't want to put you on light duty for this long. So just wait till you feel better and then come back to work. I'm actually, at least I am appreciative of the fact that I still have my job. And at the same time, it sucks because technically you are not allowed to come back to work. So collect disability until then. But where here's the problem. A lot of you may think that disabilities, listen, it ain't gonna be enough to support your lifestyle because disability only pays 60% of your salary. Depending on how much money you make, it only supports 60% of your salary for however long you are expected to be out of job, right? Out of work until you come back to work to perform your full duty. So someone like me, right? And it's even sucks more that I personally, do not have short-term disability. I just have to be honest with you guys. But I do have long-term disability, life insurance, and all that other good stuff. Because I was like, I didn't think that I needed short-term disability. I was going to get it eventually, but unfortunately something happened to me before even I had a chance to enroll in the next enrolling cycle. It does suck. Short-term disability and my employer kicks in within 2 weeks after you get hurt. And then you start getting 60% of your salary up until you are able to go back to work. But here's the problem. 60% of your salary, a lot of Americans can't even afford to live comfortably with 100% of their salary due to the high cost of living that is increasing on a daily basis. So how the hell you expect someone to live off of 60% of their salary at least for the next 3 or 4 months or even 6 months? But when it comes down to long-term disabilities, however, short-term disability, you'll be able to collect up to a period of 3 months, right? But it kicks in 2 weeks after you file the claim. But long-term disability, however, you have to wait 6 months before you can file a claim. So I was injured in June 22nd of this year, which means in order for me to file a claim, I have to wait 6 months, which would be January 22nd. Until then, I'm gonna have to use my time, my vacation times that I have available, which is rough vacation times combined with sick times that I have, which combine it's approximately 5 weeks altogether. From now on until the next 5 weeks, once I have exhausted all of that, basically I go payless until I come back to work. For those of you that think, oh, coming to America is bread and butter, everything is great, it's like the paradise, I hope this sinks in. Which means I have to live off of whatever saving I have available. If I have savings, great. If I don't, then I'm screwed. It doesn't matter whether you have savings or not. The biggest problem about working 9 to 5 is at moments like this. The issue is because this injury happened, it happened outside of work hours, there is really nothing I can do to fight anything, regardless of the fact that I may be a union member, that I've made probation, I have all these protections, but this is the discretion of the human resources, and they have discretion over this particular matter. They could play however they see fit just because this happened outside of work hours, which is understandable. But why, for long-term disability, why do I have to wait 6 months before I can file a claim and then be able to collect? So technically what they're telling you is that screw you, go sit down, get fat, wait till you fully recover, and then come back to work, because they know you are desperate to come back to work and that you're not going to wait 6 months to start collecting, because if that's the case, then you're going to be out of the job for over a year. So now my question to most of you is, at least I'm fortunate enough, I might be back in the next 3 months or maybe 4 months top. And I have enough saving that could get me through this difficult time, right? Because I have saved enough money. But it only sucks because the plans that I have to be put on hold, because now I have to prioritize my lifestyle here in the West. Number one, I have to cancel my trip to Africa due to this calamity. And number two, I can't do certain things or spend money uncontrollably because I have to make sure one of my major bills are paid, which is rent, utility bills, and many other things, right? And if I even have to, I will have to cut down on certain, bills that I don't need, just so that I am able to, make this work until I can go back to work again. I'm not complaining too much about it, but I just wanted you to see through the lenses of entrepreneurial mindsets, right? Because if you own a business and you are financially independent, moments like this, you don't have to worry about nobody telling you what your future should look like in the next 3 or 4 months. You understand what I'm saying? That is the reason why I have to continue to invest heavily in a continent. So when something happens to me, I am 100% covered. Guess why? Because you got money coming in every single day. My biggest problem is with short or long-term disability. What if you get hurt so bad and you have to be out of work for more than a year? So if you have both short-term and long-term disability, after 2 weeks of filing a claim, you could start collecting short-term disability. And after 3 months, it expires, right? You can't collect any longer. And yeah, guess what? You have to wait another 3 months from that time, from that moment, to file the second one, which is the long-term disability, right? Technically, you still screwed either way, because they know 60% of your salary ain't gonna be enough to help you with anything. How many people have saving accounts? How many people have enough money saved in their bank account if something happens to them today, especially here in America, they can still comfortably live without a job for the next 3 or 4 months? Not that many that I know of. You can go ahead and check the statistics, which begs the question, would you even be able to rest working here in America? The answer is no. The moment you enter workforce in America, if you don't have any type of business mindset, you will work till you die. And no such thing retiring or whatever, because the next generation, with everything that is happening here in the United States, people may not be able to retire like ever. You understand what I'm saying? This right here, it is my motivation to continue to do what I have been doing in Africa. This is my biggest motivation, is like, you know what? Nothing is going to stop me. Let me fix my glasses real quick. Nothing is going to stop me. I am going to continue to invest until I find a sense of independence financially, to the point to where whether I'm here in the US or I'm not, I am financially stable and I don't need to come back here looking for a job. Guys, it is very crucial to think about our future, because all the bells and whistles that we think is protecting us here in America, they really aren't. They're not. A whole bunch of crap. But I want you to get something out of this video, guys. Look back at a moment where you financially were struggling, and what actions did you take to make your situation better? Please feel free to share that in the comment section with everybody, so we all can learn from your experience as well. In my particular case, the only thing I can only depend on, it is my own personal savings. As money that I have available in my saving accounts is going to help me get through this difficult time. But how many Americans have that kind of saving in their bank account? How many Americans are able to spend 3,000 or more in case of a certain emergency? The statistics are out there. None. And I have to be still appreciative of my employer, because given the fact that this injury happened outside of work hours and it happened on my day off, my insurance is good enough to pay for all the medical bills. I'll probably end up paying like a certain percentage, which is nothing really, you know what I'm saying, compared to what my insurance will pay for. At least I'm appreciative of that. And my health insurance will cover most of the costs. But you guys, please tell me, the way things are going here in this country, your best course of action is to look elsewhere. And this is the time. Don't sit around wait till something happens to you to learn the hard way. Do the most and the best you can while you still have the opportunity. Because all of these benefits that people are enjoying today may not exist before we reach the year 2040. Even on Social Security, a website, they're even talking about as early as 2037. That's the last year people are going to be collecting Social Security. So you mean to tell me all of the taxes that we've been paying, Social Security taxes and all that stuff, right? It just went to waste. When it's time for us to retire, nobody ain't gonna pay that for us. So what's the point of continuing to collect such taxes if people are not gonna be able to collect them any longer? Wouldn't that be a great idea to get rid of that taxes like now, so people can save more money and probably do better things with their money? You guys, you need to wake the hell up. If you think this country is moving to the right direction, please let me know in the comment section down below and tell me why. But if you think this country is going downhill, feel free to share that in the comment section as well and tell us why. But I do know one thing. Your best way out of this is self-sufficiency. Being able to own your own things. I am interested in real estate, acquiring as much land as I possibly can, invest in those lands, and financially become independent afterwards. That's what my goals are. And I hope you guys figure something out for yourselves, so that in the event something happens to you in the future, you are still financially covered. Guys, nobody wakes up in the morning and hope that they get into an accident and hope that something bad happened to them, right? And wish bad for themselves. None of us do. When we get into car accidents, whatever kind of accidents happen to us, that's what they're called accidents, right? They just happen. You didn't expect them to happen, but they just happen. But now, what are you going to do if it happens to you? Today it happened to me. Today could be you or somebody else. That's why you need to be prepared for it. I am glad I have been investing and I will continue to invest. It only sucks now because I have to pause a lot of the things that I've been building so far for the next 3 or maybe 4 months, depending how quickly I heal. And then when that time is up, I'll be back doing my own things. But I don't want you guys to get caught up in the moments where you start scratching your head. I'm like, oh my God, who's gonna help me? What am I gonna do now this has happened to me? This is the time or never, guys. Things aren't looking good in the West. Financially, economically, socially. It's time for us to take a stand and speak out for ourselves and determine what our future will look like, as well as our children. All right? I hope you enjoyed this video. If you find some value, give me a like and subscribe to the video, and stick around for more videos like this in the next couple of days. Until the next one, I'll see you guys soon. Peace out. Have a wonderful Sunday.